We ginger snaps and we'll tell you what we gon' do. 52 pieces and we'll throw the beat down on you. Getting to the story, we was skipping along when some douchebag walked up. He was acting real strong, he called us Tanga, he said we looked like manga. All the hair ginged out and a face so needy. He was laughing and half natural face, thought he was bashing. Further ring going on, he was bragging it was easy. So I checked out my mirror and compared who was Weasley. And I thought, my oh my, as I heard from line to line. He tried to throw like dynamite, exploiting you Napoleon. Just serving to his appetite, calling us worthless like Mongolian. Booking, the temper's been overlooking, so I said aloha Johnny, here's a crash course for your tsunami. If you dice with a ginger, wear it, yeah, we ginger snap. So don't feel the loco switching doo-doo for cocoa. If you fuckers blow your nose and wipe it on sangria hose, we ginger snap. We ginger snap. When we're walking down the street and you trip us at our feet, we ginger snap. We ginger snap. If we're licking Grey Poupon and you snip us at our thong, we ginger snap. We ginger snap. I pulled up like a storm, and he gagged some chloroform. I remember it well nigh, as I passed out the guy, laying there worthless on the street, like some trash on the street. I took off his shoes, and I tickled his feet. The dude foamed out the mouth, and I thought it was funny, like a cute little worthless taxidermied stuffed bunny. He needed color as a base, looking pretty cute, he was gargling like a mute. I started feeling proud that, even though he was not loud, put my finger in my nose and my mouth, and I gave him a wet willy. In and out, in and out, in and out. Wet willy, scratch, wet willy, scratch. You dice with a ginger, wear it out, we ginger snap. So don't feel the loco switching doo-doo for a cocoa. If you fuckers blow your nose and wiping us like we a hose, we ginger snap at you. We ginger snap at you. When we're walking down the street and you trip us at our feet. If we're licking Grey Poupon and you snap us at our thong, we ginger snap. Wet willy, wet willy. What, Willy, Willy. Wet Willy, wet Willy. If you dice with a ginger, wear it out, we ginger snap. So don't feel the loco switching doo-doo for cocoa. If you fuckers blow your nose and wipe it on sangria hose, we ginger snap. We ginger snap. When we're walking down the street and you trip us at our feet, we ginger snap. We ginger snap. If we're licking Grey Poupon and you snip us at our thong, we ginger snap. We ginger snap. Wet Willy, wet Willy. What? Big Willy, Willy. Wet Willy, wet Willy. What?
To witness is a roast. Unlike your grandma's recipe, the roast we are cooking up is full of insults and fat jokes directed towards those who deserve.
You gonna finish your voiceover, or are we done?
No, we're done.
Welcome to what BSU Late Night really is. A bunch of shit, no one knows what's going on, and we make it up on the fly. Yep, if you read the disclaimer, that's right, we're gonna get started with a roast. And let me tell you, it's gonna be awful. Brian's already smiling, so we're ready to go. First, we will hear from the cast members and myself. We will be giving our farewell to the seniors. It'll be wonderful. And then, on the end of that, the rebuttal and a couple of insults from our beloved seniors. So without further ado, I'd like to start with a man, Richard Rogers. Just, it's all you, man.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Charlotte. You know what? When I first had your cooking, I couldn't believe it. And so let's just begin there. You're such a bad cook that the fact that we're talking about your food at an event called The Roast should be taken as a compliment. I was so sick after eating your food, I threw it up, and it actually tasted better then. All right. When I eat your food, I feel as if I'm at the back end of a 100-person human centipede train, just getting their daily feeding. Not even the same pair of slim tights that you wear all the time could make any of the guys here wonder, I wonder if her muffins taste good. Zane. Yeah, all right. Your jokes are so in your face. Every time you spit them, I get sick. You're like the Energizer Bunny. You got the shades, you got the head shake that says no to absolutely every idea, and you never stop to listen to anybody. You have some audacity coming into a club halfway through the year and the second semester and come up with all the different ideas and shit that you've pitched. You've been here for you haven't even been here for 2 years, man. Dan, you email me so much, I start to wonder if you want to sell me some penis pills. Brian, you're so late at every single taping. Not even Rico knew you were the co-host until this moment. For God's sakes, man, you look like a house elf with that shirt. Even Dobby from Harry Potter got a new shirt by the second production. That shirt smells so bad, the only people who would even dare to come back and match the scent of that shirt are the Apathy Wizards. Shane, you're such a bad barber. I still look like an idiot thanks to you being an idiot. I completely am impressed by the fact that you couldn't tell the difference between 1 inch off the top of my head and 1 inch from the top of my 1 inch from my head. I'd really like to see what your coloring books look like when you were a little kid to find out exactly what shaped you to be the person you are today. But in all honesty, thank you all for having us here and nurturing us. It's been fun. I miss you all.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Richard. Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the roasters will be able to read their notes, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so why don't we move it right along to the man we all know and hate, Dan. Dan, come on down.
Cool. I don't really care about you guys at all, so I didn't write anything. Okay. And I only gave myself like a minute to be up here. So, I'll just go with these guys instead. No offense. I hope that's all right. Who do we start off with, Brian? Oh, you know what? Brian, you always stayed on your side of the set. I always stayed on my side of the set. So I think between you and me, everything's okay. I'm quite all right with how you've been doing so far this semester. Well, son of a... Let someone notice. Yeah. Alyssa. Man, it's too bad you're leaving, because you just finally figured out how to use all the equipment. Man. What was it? Last episode even, we just got camera 4, 5, and 6 figured out. And now, it's not going to work. Man, we'll get someone to replace you, though. Don't worry. Plenty of other people are already better than you. And then I guess for Shane, we're sorry to see you go. It's been a good 3 years, I guess, you're a host, so we're finally getting some new people in. I'm looking forward to see how that goes. And then maybe we can actually have a chance of getting an Emmy now. That's what I'm most looking forward to. You're really holding the group back. That's all I have. But really, it's been fun working with you guys. Hopefully, it's the other way around. I'll find out here in a bit. But good job. Thanks.
This next roaster just informed me I don't want to do this. So, Charlotte, you have to. It's in the time of the running of the episode, so you have a minute. So come on down, Charlotte.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. Just want to start off by saying that I'm appalled at everything I've heard this evening. My feelings are thoroughly hurt. Alyssa, I have your back, though. And I just wanted to say that everyone is absolutely wonderful here on the set. Not one negative thing to say about anybody.
Ooh, what is this?
And I'm just very upset to see my only other female host, or excuse me, crew member leaving. And that's really all I have to say.
This next roaster Well, there's not much you can really say about this man because no one even knows his first name, but come on down.
My name is Jordan. Okay. Let's just start with Dan. He's a good guy, but do you remember that time I caught you masturbating in the control room? Neither do I. Even you wouldn't fuck you. Richard, I'd make a joke about you, but I'm not sure if you'd kill me or rape me first. Now, Charlotte, she's a real nice girl, you know, everybody likes her. She has a lot in common with the soundstage because it's about 100 people inside them daily. You know, that was a little harsh, but Charlotte, maybe if you were better in bed, we could actually get a student Emmy. It was so bad. Zane, we all know you're here, okay? We get it. Zane's in the building. Everyone be alert. Let's talk to Alyssa here. I didn't know you were leaving because you were senior. Like, when I first heard it, I thought because immigration finally caught up on the backlog, and they were going to deport your ass out of here. You know, but you're a real cheap date because you can convince anyone to get on the kids menu because you are like 4'2". And I really enjoyed that when we went out. Brian, it happened. Brian, for the first 3 weeks that I knew you, I thought you were a high-functioning autistic. You once asked me how to spell your name. I told you the word brain, and you've been using it since. You even asked me to help you untie a knot in your shoelace last week. Thank God you're only the co-host. Shane, now you're a great guy, but I'm just a little curious about something. How can a guy get such a huge ego while only having a 1-inch penis? Did Charlotte help you out there, or? The first time I saw you on camera, I thought it was so bad that I thought in the next second you were going to sell me a ShamWow or some OxyClean. But it's nice to see Shane brought his family. It's like to meet all his fans at once this time. It's like one shot. Yeah. But seriously, everyone, it's been a great year and season. I've had a blast. Everyone's great on the show, and especially you guys leaving. I'll miss you. Thanks.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the Numa guy. It's wonderful to see you can do other things. Wonderful. Now it's my turn, assholes. That's all I have to say about Jordan. You're a pretty nice guy, you know. Charlotte's here. Charlotte, I walked in here and I thought I smelled an old fish market, so. Charlotte, you're such an easy target. I'm sure even Dan could muster up a joke at your expense, all right? What's the matter? You all good? We're fine? Got a couple more minutes. Speaking of Dan, you're so passive-aggressive. I called you an asshole once. You gave me a raise, okay? I'm sure if I made a crack about your mother, I might even get your job. Richard Rogers said some mean things about me. Richard, I'm just going to be perfectly honest. Richard, you're so weird. You're like that 4th grader that no one wanted to invite to the birthday party, okay? The only difference now is we're in college, so, I mean, whatever. Let's move on to the seniors. How you guys doing? In the hot seats. Alyssa, you're such a great person. You really are. With your, you're the only one on the crew that's willing to drive people around, but I have to be perfectly honest. You are such a bad driver. When Asian women see you on the road, they get scared. That's how bad it is. I have to tell you this, okay? But I mean, that's a no-brainer. For you to see over your steering wheel, you need to be sitting on 3 phone books at a time, so that's real good. Brian, oh my God, with your tuxedo t-shirt and your khaki shorts, you're the worst thing to happen to the 1980s since Chernobyl, okay? And your pierced ears aren't helping either, buddy, okay? God, you're so... Brian, you are so bad at reading the prompter. You look like Ray Charles caught in a headlight. That one was a little mean.
That was good.
Shane, I don't know why you're laughing, okay? Sitting over here with your blonde Jufro, okay? Jesse Eisenberg took one look at you and winced. That's how bad it is, okay? God, your interview questions are so shallow. The first time I watched BSU Late Night, I swear to God, I thought I was watching the 700 Club. I'm going to stop being mean now because I've done that enough. You guys are fantastic. Every show is, not possible without you. I mean, Brian, you can come and go, but you're no, don't say that. You guys are fantastic, and you will really be missed. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed the first part of this roast. Coming up next, the seniors will get their chance.